Hey everyone, I'm Big John, and welcome to another episode of the Diz Ability Show. This week, coming to you from my ski condo up at Sunday River. And if I seem a little stuffy, it's because I'm fighting a cold. But you know what? The show must go on. So this week, I want to talk to you about something that people dread when they vacation at Walt Disney World. The end of it. And just because you're leaving the magic doesn't necessarily mean you're leaving the magic. Because if you're like me, and which is something that my parents fear, if you're like me and you go every single time, then you have something to look forward to every single time you go back. Because when you leave leave Disney, hop on the plane from MCO, you take the memories with you. And every time you go back, you make new memories. Just because you're leaving Disney doesn't necessarily mean you're not going back. Especially if you're a DVC or annual pass holder. Or in my case, both. So anyway, you always have something to look forward to every time you return and leave. So anyway, that's my tip. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions on how to do Disney for people with disabilities, and I'll make sure it gets into a future episode. And now it's time for this week's Top 5. So, there are some great places to walk around at Disney, and I'm not just talking about the parks. There are some great places outside the parks for you to get your exercise, have a nice, peaceful stroll, if you will. So this week, we're going to talk about my top 5 walking places at Walt Disney World. So number 5, and this one is number 5 because it depends on the time of the year you go there, Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground. Now, when I say depends on the season, it's because the trailers at Fort Wilderness have different decorations depending on when they come, especially during the Halloween and Christmas seasons. And the people who go there, they're pretty much Imagineers of their campsites, and they go all out with their decorations, especially for Halloween and Christmas, and also during Halloween and Christmas and 4th of July, they do their annual golf cart parades for those holidays, and just like the campsites, they go all out with their golf carts, and if you go to Fort Wilderness during those times of year, make sure you check out those decorations because people are crazy. All right, number 4, Disney Springs. Now, Disney Springs is not just a place to do some shopping, have some food and get mesmerized by the dancers at Raglan Road. It's also a great place to just walk around, enjoy the sights and sounds, and have a nice relaxing evening just walking around, maybe run into some people you know, which has happened in a time or two, and just take in the atmosphere of Disney Springs. All right, number 3, the Hourglass Lake area. Now, for those of you who have watched the show before, you know my favorite Disney resort, my favorite non-DVC resort, that is, perhaps the most themed resort on property, Art of Animation, and the close runner-up, Pop Century, right next to each other. You can actually walk around both of them at the same time through the magic of the walkways around Hourglass Lake. And it is just great to walk through both of these resorts and check out the great themes and and what kind of amazing features they both have, and they're both spectacular and unique in their own ways. Number 2, the walkway between Epcot and Hollywood Studios. Now, if you're staying at either the Yacht and Beach Clubs or the Boardwalk, it means you can have a great walk to either Epcot, which is right next door, or Hollywood Studios, which is only like a 10-minute walk away. And people actually walk from Epcot straight to Hollywood Studios. We've done it. And I don't have a video of that yet, but maybe in the foreseeable future. But yeah, you could also walk around in the circle between Yacht and Beach Club and Boardwalk and the Swan and Dolphin and have a nice relaxing stroll around these spectacular resorts. We've stayed at the Swan, the Boardwalk, or the Beach Club. We haven't stayed at the Yacht Club. Who knows? Maybe someday we will, depending on the money. But anyway, our number 1 walking place is the newly created walkway that you can take from the TTC to the Polynesian, to the Grand Floridian, to the Magic Kingdom, to the Contemporary. Yep. Too bad they don't have a full loop. But anyway, it is perhaps one of the best ways to get to the Magic Kingdom if you're staying at the Poly or the Grand Floridian or Shades of Green, if you're military. And we've done a video of the walkway from Grand Floridian to the Magic Kingdom. I have a video of scroll down to see it. And it is one of the best places, one of the best ways now, besides the monorail and the boat or the bus if you're staying at at any other resort, one of the best ways to get to the Magic Kingdom. So anyway, let me know in the comments what your favorite walking space is at Disney that isn't in a park. So, since they returned last November, the Voices of Liberty have been performing at the American Gardens Theater. But my friend Kelly, who was with the Voices, posted that they will be returning to the Rotunda of the American Adventure tomorrow. And it's great. I'll finally have a reason to go into that building, because I've never seen the show before. Never seen the American Adventure show before. But this gives me hope for other entertainment to come back. Hoop-de-doo and Citizens of Hollywood. I'm saying it until it happens. Come on, people. So sue me. I'm so happy that they'll be back in their space, because when Festival of the Arts starts next Friday, they'll start the Disney on Broadway concert series. So the Voices have been using the stage to fill in the gap. But great to have them back in their regular setting, maybe in their regular costumes. Who knows? So anyway, that's this week's show. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions on how to do Disney for people with disabilities, and I'll make sure it gets into a future episode. Now, for this week's shout-outs, make sure you check out my friend Beth over at Beth's Disney Adventures. She's going to be doing some live streams in a couple weeks, because she's visiting family from Texas. So make sure you check her out in the coming future. Also, make sure you check out my buddy Michael over at Mousepiration. I believe he's at the parks right now. And he said he's going to be there for Festival of the Arts. Lucky. Make sure he does the Not So Late Night Mousepiration talk show 2 Sundays a month. Make sure you check him out. Also, make sure you check out Nate, a.k.a. Paging Mr. Morrow. He does amazing vlogs from the parks. Check him out. Also, if you're looking for a great entertainer for your next Zoom party or meeting, make sure you contact Cameron Matthews Entertainment, and he'll put some buzz back into your next Zoom. And And as always, for the latest attraction news, make sure you check out my good friends over at Attractions Magazine. If you haven't subscribed here yet to the Big John Network, what in the Walt Disney World are you waiting for? Make sure you subscribe, ding the bell for notifications so you never miss a second of the fun. And until next time, have a zippity-doo-dah day.